All right. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with creepy Katrina
Yes.
and jarring Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
All right.
I'm
What's
trying.
up?
Yes.
It's a very jarring film we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
Comes out on
Is that your word?
January 13th. Huh?
Is that your word?
It would be if I didn't already say it. Comes out on the 13th of January. It's going to be in theaters 13th, 14th, and 15th, and you should definitely go see it. And the name of it is Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Come to Neverland with me.
Yes.
All right, Joel, can you tell us who was a part of it?
All right. So this one stars Martin Portlock. He is Peter Pan.
Yeah, he is.
Megan Placido, she's Wendy, and Peter De Souza Feoni, he's Michael.
Okay.
It's written by Scott Chambers and Reese Frake Waterfield, and was directed by Scott Chambers.
Yeah.
And is the third movie in the Pooniverse.
Yes, the Pooniverse.
Pooniverse.
Wendy Darling strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who will be seen taking heroin, believing that it's pixie dust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the plot?
That is interesting.
What?
That's
An
interesting
interesting
little.
description.
Why
Yeah.
is that the plot on IMDb? Okay. I mean, it's an accurate plot, but man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have put all that information in there. Yeah, and the way it's kind of described is
Yeah.
a little strange.
I didn't mention Tinkerbell in there in my thing because I wanted that to be more of a
noticed that.
secret for people
Yeah.
when they saw it. But thank you, IMDb.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe it'll get people like, what? So maybe they'll want to see it. Maybe that's why it's in there. I don't know.
Tinkerbell and heroin.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting that they went straight
I
to
mean,
that.
pixie dust makes sense,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know,
It is. Yeah.
but it's
Okay.
just a weird description of that.
Yeah.
movie.
Very weird. So each of us will come up with a word for this. And I think let's have Katrina go first.
Okay. My word is disturbing.
I'll go next. Uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
My word will be surprising, as in surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Great. Cool. So we got Peter Pan. Like Joel said, it's the third in the Pooniverse. But before we get into reviewing it too deeply, make sure that you go to YouTube, or if you're already on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment below, let us know your thoughts on this film. It really, really helps get our channel and our videos out there for more people to see and enjoy, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to stay away from spoilers for this, especially since it has not come out yet in theaters. But if you want to hear spoilers, go to patreon.com/scaretalk and you'll get to enjoy spoiler talk with us. You also will get exclusive episodes on Patreon throughout the year.
Are we going to wait and post the spoiler on Patreon after it comes out?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So after the 13th, go to Patreon and you'll get the access to that stuff. All right. So this one, as you guys know, if you, maybe you don't, but Peter Pan, the story of Peter Pan, it's already kind of creepy and weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Disney kind of
fantasized
fantasized it. I mean, it's already kind of fantastical, but they put a happy and fun and kid-friendly spin on it, even though the subject matter is still
it's
weird.
it's
creepy.
still
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still like if you think about what the movie is about,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's even Disney couldn't undo that.
They just fly around and Tinkerbell with her pixie dust try to
Yeah.
make it a little more fun for kids, I guess.
Mhm.
Where boys never grow up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea if you're doing these films like they are in the
Mhm.
Pooniverse. I think Peter Pan is a perfect person, character, story to make a horror film about.
Probably one of the best.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the more
Mhm.
obvious ones.
One of the
Mhm.
most streamlined, like already
Yeah,
prepared one.
yeah,
to-
it's already very fitting.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But what they do with this version is they ground it.
Mhm.
They make it a film that could be a horror film, and you just take the name off of it and change the character names, and you've got a very, very solid, dark, creepy, scary, gory,
Mhm.
disturbing horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look low budget.
Mhm.
The acting doesn't feel low budget
Uh-uh.
at all.
Yeah.
It is very well done.
Very well acted. The Peter, he is scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's very creepy.
Does a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think it's probably, and I think I can go out on a limb and say this pretty confidently, even though the year just started, it'll probably be in my top 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I can say that. Knowing what's coming out this year, I think it's gonna fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say I don't know that it will be able to make my top 10, even though when we just did our lists, I talked about the rewatchability not being an important part. But the topic, which I think that you can gather what the like topic of what we're dealing with in this movie based off Peter Pan, it's too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
That's why I say disturbing.
Yeah.
It's disturbing while that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And so
Mhm.
they did such a good job with it that I don't know how much I could watch it.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna go see it in theaters, and I'm already like, okay, I gotta prep myself.
I've been practicing the voice.
He has
Yeah.
a good amount.
Yeah.
Um,
And he has multiple
He-
voices. I
he
like
does.
the more
Yeah.
that's
like scary voice
Yeah.
myself
Mhm.
than
You
the
did.
like kitty like my name is Peter.
Mhm.
I think that
Felt
was
very
pretty
Pennywise.
decent,
couple
but
scenes.
but it was so useful in the movie.
Yeah.
Like it was so awesome to hear how he could change up his voice
Yeah.
in one sentence.
Yeah.
Like it was
Mhm.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
He did great. And the Tinkerbell character, like, my gosh, like
Yeah.
I really felt for Tinkerbell.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just wasn't expecting it to be so like
Grounded.
so grounded, but also so gritty.
Yes.
Mhm.
And just like even some of the shots with like the close-ups and stuff and like the blood and like the effects were very good. They did not look digital at all.
Yeah. No.
And I just wasn't expecting to feel so unnerved watching it and after watching it.
Yeah.
It was like unnerving, but also like, wow, good job. Like you got the response out of me that you were looking for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that and respect that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yeah.
What
What
do you
about
think,
you, Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can easily say this is the best of the of the Pooniverse so far.
I thought you were
And
gonna say of the
honestly-
year. I'm like, man.
Oh yeah, we're in January of that. I mean, it is. Mark. It's number one on my top 10. But no, it was. I kind of knew it was going to be grounded just from the trailer that it showed. Like it doesn't go into it. There was nothing like fantastical about the trailer. There was a scene in the trailer where he floats, which is probably the most like unbelievable part, like the most ungrounded part. But even
literally,
scene,
yeah,
he's moving off the ground. But even in the movie though, that scene still like it's still grounded in a way because it's it's a scene in there, but it's I don't know. It's
a scene in there.
well, no,
it kind of makes sense.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't want to like say too much about it.
Yeah.
Even though it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
But it's still it makes sense when it happens.
Mhm.
So yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was really well made. Peter Pan did a really good job, or the actor obviously did a really good job with Peter Pan. And yeah, I'm really hoping that this is the start of like a really good universe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 was good. It still didn't take itself. It still took itself a little bit too seriously in that one. Which I
It's
mean,
a different kind of character.
It's a different, it's very different. This
Yeah.
one didn't take itself seriously, or it did take itself seriously. But it should. Like this is a movie that is already dark, is already kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So this one was supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't know. It was a very well made movie.
Yeah. And I think with the Winnie the Pooh movies, with the Pooniverse, they kind of want it to be still to be able to connect them all.
Yeah.
To have some seriousness with it, like where it has that kind of silly stuff, but it also is serious. And for us, like going into it, we're thinking Winnie the Pooh as a horror character. This is just going to be totally silly.
Yeah.
And weren't really expecting it to be taken seriously at all.
Yeah.
Where if it's gonna fit into the entire universe, the Pooniverse, then it would have to be taken a little bit seriously.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to make it very grounded.
Yeah.
The universe. They're not necessarily playing off the ridiculousness of the fact that we have Winnie the Pooh and Peter Pan and in horror movies.
Yeah.
Like you would think.
It's very different than how like Steve Lamorte. Very different than how he would do it.
Yeah. And
which we'll see.
It's important to have the seriousness in it, but when you have characters like Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, and it's okay to also not take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
And those movies still, like the second one took itself less seriously than the first one did, but it's still there's still a lot there that they could have just like been more playful with and just made it just more less serious. But Peter Pan is definitely one that needed to be serious in this guys.
Yeah.
So they did a really good job with the tone of this movie.
Right. The cinematography is really good. There's some stuff in it where there's reflections that I really liked. There's like a puddle of blood at one point, and you can see like Peter Pan in the reflection of the blood. After a kill. Thought that was like really cool. Water. There's like a puddle that, it's
Yeah,
just.
Oh, sorry.
What's that?
I was just thinking that puddle scene was really
Yeah.
good. When he's walking
up.
towards-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the trailer too.
It is.
But yeah, that even in the trailer, I was like, oh man, this is intense. And his look, Peter Pan's look, his face, like as you can see, his like scarring and stuff, and it makes sense as to why he has all that, and you'll see when you watch the movie. The mask that he gets, it just adds to the creepiness, and then he takes it off, and it's like even more creepy. Like, oh my gosh, look at that guy.
The way he plays with his voice, with having the mask on, and when the mask is off, and
it's really, really good. Wendy is a great final girl.
Yeah,
she is resourceful. She fights back. She's smart. She's the kind of final girl that I like in horror films. She's not just running away screaming the whole time and making dumb decisions.
She's a final girl just because she's the last one to live. Like, just by coincidence that she's the final.
She actually has a mission. She's she has motivations other than trying to just stay alive.
I kind of wish that they had so I know in the beginning of the movie, I think they showed a little bit of it in the trailer. His face, his makeup. I kind of wish they had like gone back to that a little bit. He kind of looked like the Crow.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't really do that. That was just like that one scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
After that, they just had the mask and stuff. But
yeah,
that makeup was really cool.
It was. Yeah, and it was kind of like the Crow, like a Joker kind of look.
Like a jester or something.
Yeah. So I know this movie is definitely going to be compared to the Black Phone.
Yes.
Very similar storyline. But I'm gonna say this Peter Pan is scarier than the Grabber. I think he's not as like big. Like Ethan Hawke is like, he got big and muscular for that role.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Peter Pan is scarier. He's more brutal, and if I had to choose, I'd want to be kidnapped by the Grabber before.
Pan. I think you would. I think you have more of a chance with the Grabber,
especially with the phone down there.
Yeah,
that really helps.
Well, and though the
and the sister did too, so have a supernatural
having a sister and everything helped out. But
that's more fantastical
if
than
you
this
think
one.
I know. If you think about though, like just I don't know, the Grabber, he was bigger, but he wasn't like as much of a fighter and aggressor. As
he just kind of had them down
Peter Pan.
And like talk to them at random times, and then he wanted them to run away so he could
chase
them.
Peter was so unhinged. And that's I think what makes him so scary. Is you didn't know which Peter you were getting at what time and like what's gonna trigger him to go into the unhinged Peter, and like he was definitely I would definitely say he's scarier.
And just him continuing to talk about Neverland and stuff, like that is so creepy. Like, I'm gonna take you to Neverland. And, don't you want to go to Neverland? And it's like, what's Neverland? Like, I don't know if I want to know what Neverland is.
But we never really also. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Also with like comparing Peter Pan to the Grabber, we never really saw the Grabber kill people. I think he killed one person in that we saw in that entire movie.
Yeah.
But we saw Peter Pan go crazy several times. In this movie. So
there's a number of kills in this.
Yeah. So just that alone, I think I would probably take the Grabber.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to have those comparisons. I've seen advertisement like videos online where it's like quotes from people. It's like the new Black Phone and different things like that. I would say it's kind of like a Black Phone and It combination.
Yeah.
Without
In other words,
supernatural elements.
yeah, this is the most grounded of all of those
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if
This
you
is the
like
one that-
those movies and you want it to be a little more serious and
Realistic.
grounded and realistic, then this is
Watch
going
Peter
to be for
Pan.
you.
I think the grounded aspect is what makes it so hard for me because
Mhm.
it's like
I
it's too
totally,
grounded.
Yeah, that totally makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, he's basically a serial killer, and that's
Yeah,
like he's just a normal serial killer.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Not
that's-
normal.
Just your everyday.
Well, no, not normal.
Everyday
Yeah.
serial killer.
Yeah.
He's not a clown. Is a monster, and
Yeah.
you can't get out by talking on the phone with a ghost, and
Ghost
all
children.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, best movie of 2025 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Best horror movie.
A week into January. Yeah, it's the best
Yeah.
movie of the year.
All right. So, shall we look at the
Well,
critics?
I have
or-
not
Are there
found
gonna be
any
critics?
reviews.
Oh yeah, there aren't going to be any
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah,
So,
I think we
we're
are
the
the
critics.
reviews.
Yeah.
We are the critics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you have anything
I
else
got
to
it.
say about it? Or?
Well, no, I have to
Oh.
figure out my grade.
Your grade? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking. We'll kind of have to talk
I
it
think
out.
I just got mine.
No. Okay, well, I'm still going to talk it out before you give yours. At least my thought process.
Yeah.
This would for sure be in my top 10 if it came out in 2024. I don't know. I was legitimately creeped out and scared with this one. So I got to give it in the 90s. I'm going to go 93.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking 90s too, but it's like it feels weird giving a movie in this universe.
I know.
Universe a 90.
I know.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean. If they didn't have the title and the character names,
yeah,
then
yeah, it feels weird, but I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna give it a 90.
Yeah.
A 90.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I had in my head. I was going between 90 and 91. Because the only reason that it's not honestly that it doesn't have a higher 90s score is how, and it's no fault to the movie, but it's so hard for me to watch that I'm dreading going and seeing it in the theater. Like, I know we're going to, and I want to see it in the theater because I want to see it full screen. I want we saw an early edited version, and so there's still some things that they're going to add to it that, like, there were notes across the screen.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to seeing it completely finished. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also like dreading it, like, so I'm like, for that, I feel like I don't want to give it too high in the 90s because there's going to be other movies that I'm sure, are just as good in that sense, but also I want to see more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick
Makes
with
sense.
a 90 as well.
Yeah.
The acting was so good that I think that this movie definitely deserves all of us to have it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like it's, and just the atmosphere, the direction that they took with this, just it really does deserve to be in the A's.
Yeah.
It's an A movie.
It is.
Yeah, and I will say, you guys will be getting a couple of episodes coming soon with interviews that we did with Peter Pan and Tinkerbell,
Mm-hmm.
the actors that play those characters, and
Oh, not
then
the characters.
yeah, not the actual characters.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Although
they
Peter
didn't
Pan
come.
does kind of get into character a
He
couple times.
does.
Yeah,
We
so-
do get a little bit of him playing his part.
yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool and like we don't do too much.
And then another episode with the writer director Scott Chambers and the producer Reese. They are the minds behind the Pooniverse, so it was really cool to talk with them, and
Mhm.
you'll learn some of the plans for the future of the Pooniverse in
Yes.
that episode as well.
We get kind of a little bit of hints in both episodes.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
episode with the actors too. Martin and Kat tell us a little bit about if there may be plans for the future for
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah, exactly.
very exciting.
So yeah, you're gonna want to check those out. Check out this movie in theaters. It's definitely worth it. Support these guys. They're working hard. They're doing this with a limited budget, and they're investing in their films. They're putting them out. They're serious filmmakers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
I'm curious if they did original products with original names and original characters, how that would look. And I think that they're gonna need this universe to do well in order for them to be able to venture out and do other things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I am really looking forward to seeing some of their own original
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Because they really have they have what it takes.
Yeah, they got the talent
Mhm.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
There are some Easter eggs in this movie too, for past films in the universe and future films, and different characters that may show up in this film. And there's a little Easter egg as to where they fit in, which was really cool to learn in the interview. Which I don't think will be in the interview that you'll see. I think we talked about that after. Yeah, we talked about that later.
Yeah.
So, but you might be able to put it together.
Yeah.
If you watch the film, you might be able to make those connections. We weren't able
Yeah.
to, but you might be able to.
Well, and hopefully we'll continue to be working with them and get some more interviews, and
Yeah.
we'll continue to update the Pooniverse as it goes.
Universe. It's just so ridiculous.
I know.
To say. And if you're a fan of this stuff and you're interested in Bambi, The Reckoning, which is coming soon, they said March is their tentative
March
month
That's
for
wow,
Bambi.
okay.
And if
We get
you're
screened for that. I'm not gonna.
yeah.
It's not gonna be playing in my city.
If you're interested in that, we did a interview with about 4 cast members of that one. So you can go back and look at our videos to find that interview. That was a lot of fun too, and a lot of insight into that film.
Yeah.
So
Will we repost that when it comes?
yeah, I think
closer?
we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have some new ones that they're going to be working on. So
Yeah.
we know that there's going to be a Pinocchio coming. So
Yep.
It's supposed to
we've
be
got
this
stuff
year
to look
also.
forward to.
Yeah. Pinocchio is supposed to be this year, and the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble, which they're kind of taking the Avengers
Yeah.
poster looks like Avengers and stuff. Don't know when that'll be out. I would imagine next year, but we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see.
I kind of.
All right. Oh,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
So I kind of want them to like have a couple more characters, a couple more
Yes.
movies with different characters thrown in before they do that.
Yes.
'Cause-
That was something that they mentioned.
Oh, really?
I couldn't
Yeah.
tell if they were.
I think they're gonna put some
leaning
characters
towards-
in other films.
Mhm.
Not their own
not-
films.
Not give them their own film, but okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Something else real quick that they had mentioned, which I think makes total sense, is, and you'll see it in the interview, they want to have different levels of evil within the universe. So they want to have Peter Pan, he's going to be like the ultimate, what they called the big bad.
Oh,
They want to have big bads and bads. And so that you are wanting the big bads to be killed off.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's a hierarchy or levels of motivation or interest in these characters. So that's really cool. I think that that's a good way to do it, rather than just having them all to come together with like no real emotion toward any of the characters. I think you get a lot of emotions with Peter Pan. So I'd like to see Peter Pan get killed by Owl or Tigger or Winnie the Pooh. Like, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Peter Pan definitely needs to be taken down a notch.
Yeah. Maybe get Tigger to slice him up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jump on him, bounce on him or something. Okay, now we will get to spoilers. Talk to you later.